Opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Set, ready, 60 out low. 5-5-5. You go night-night. Some go night-night.
On 1st and 10, Henry. One goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down. You and I watch film on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Derrick Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Rock it. Kill. Turn up.
They keep it with Henry on 1st down. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. He was brought down by Eric Wilson. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness?
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
He's scared. Black. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Wild Bill. Hey, flipper. Lucky.
A toss to Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
To throw is Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Humphries now to return. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10.
Ready? 55, Mike, 55. Hey, eat. All day, punk.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Mike. 55, Mike. Let's go, D. Switch. Through.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Right there in the middle. 55. I got it. What is that? 55 is my guy. 55. You might. Flipper. Slam.
Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Let's go one more.
On first down, it's Cook, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Cousins gives way to Cook. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Now Cousins. Steps away to his left. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. It was a safety, Kevin Byard, that time, who was able to knock it away. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, The action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. The result's not great thus far. A punt on the first drive and an interception last time out.
And let's face it,
Derrick Henry all alone. And he cuts it right into space. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, 75 yards. And the Titans have taken the lead.
It's game, baby.
Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Joseph now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
Throwing, Cousins. Buying time to his left. He'll try and run it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time. And I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
59. Silver.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Get him. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Hey, 382, last 50.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. LaShawn Sims with the INT. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown.
That's the way to make it spin, baby.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Whoa. He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. To throw, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
It's soft, baby. That's baby soft.
3rd and long for Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Watch it. Check 37. Check 37.
On 2nd down now. It's Cook, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him 6 yards in the 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Kill, 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 kill.
Black, black.
They'll run on 1st down. Cook, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Hey, Ringo, 48.
Here we go.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. He'll hit his running back, Amir. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And some space here. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
They come out here in the eye. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Trying the power game with Ham and trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
They'll run for it with Cook. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Cousins now, and Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. 4 yards on the touchdown grab, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare. Check 99, check 99.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense.
Look at me. Door.
Watch twist.
Be tripping.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Returnable for Sherrills. That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing. well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Here's Ham, the fullback, and he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Let's go.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
It's our time. It's our. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
Where's your hot?
Here we go.
Cook on the toss left.
Run to the ball. Fly to the ball. Run.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the 3rd quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, we're the adjustment. Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
They run again on first down, Cook. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Right behind. 54 Mike.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Here's Cousins. That is incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. LaShawn Sims right there in coverage, and he knocks it away. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work, while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
12 yards on the return that time, and the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense.
Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Danielle Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Now Tannehill. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Titans. Corey Davis, 98 yards. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. And that's the type of play that'll give your sideline some juice, a long touchdown pass.
And it's like a bolt of lightning, isn't it? That suddenness of that play brings everyone to their feet in the stadium, and he takes it all the way to the end zone. Give him credit for making that type of a play call. Even more credit for how they executed it.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Joseph now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Watch the twist.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Jam. Check.
On first and 10, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Rush in.
On the carry, it's Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now Cook. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's second and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2 at the 50-yard line.
On second down, it's Cook. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That's another Vikings.
First down, here's Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a second and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Cook with a first down and much more. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. Now a run with Cook. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. The defensive end, Cameron Wake, brings him down. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth.
59. Watch the out.
On second and 9, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce and might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8
How's
ounce.
that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot a bit.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
Hey, check 25.
They'll run it again with Henry.
Go, run.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
The Titans on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Sponge! No! Hey, lock it! Hey, alert 3! Let's go!
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
the kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
Rhino!
Hey, watch that!
From the 25 on 2nd down, Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Hey, watch the ship.
Recon, 132 fighter.
On first down, it's Cook, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 31-yard line.
Protein spill.
Mike 5-4. It's our time, guys. It's our time. 36. Say,
Rhino! Where's the hot?
On 2nd and 11 now, Cousins, and that is incomplete here. Dory Jackson right there, step for step in coverage.
When everything is in sync on defense, that means everyone's communicating really well, and sometimes it's nonverbal. They just know that when a receiver is in one spot, this person may have him, and he's in another spot, the next defender may have him. And they've squeezed the passing lanes down to where it's so difficult to find an open area to deliver the football. They've made it tough on them all game long.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And that is incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, here I come.
And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start, but now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
Alert 3.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry.
Get there.
And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Now Tannehill. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight unable to find anyone open.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Let's go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Come to my world. Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno. Check. Check, hot route. Hot, hot.
Cousins. This one taken in by Olabisi Johnson. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 45-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Let's go, let's go.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Cousins to throw. And Diggs has it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now Cousins. That's caught by Treadwell. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.